doing? Hope you've had a good week. Hope you've had a good Memorial Day. Hope you and your family, everybody is doing well. Thank you very much again for coming to check my episode out for this week. And on this week's episode, we are going to go over some few things because we've had some pretty good news in the market. So, but before we get into that, here's my portfolio. The gains has been pretty good. A lot of things has happened. I'm gonna touch on this in 1 second. So for the week, the S&P 500 has gone up pretty high, so we're gonna touch on that. We are gonna look at this stock right here, which is SPHD, an ETF that I mentioned. It's gone up pretty much. We're gonna touch on that. We are going to touch on Moderna. It looks like they found the experimental test that they have going on for the COVID. It looks like it's working, and Novavax as well. It looks like they have something good going on. So we're gonna touch on all that today. But before we get into that, we are going to look at the portfolio here. So I put in some cash, some extra cash in the portfolio because I really want to put some money to work. And I have been looking around. I've been basically scouring all over the portfolio, and I've been looking around, and I've come to the conclusion that this right here, SPHD is probably one of the best deals that's out there right now when it comes to money for quality. So I'm going to be talking about that. On this one, SHV. I mentioned this in a video that I'm going to put in the cards about using this as a savings account because this is the short-term treasury bills. So this is like bond. So as the market is going up, the bond prices will probably be going down, which would be a good time to start scooping them up. But this is what I will primarily be using for savings. So I'm going to touch on those as well. I'm going to do the chart analysis of SPHD. SPHD is it's an S&P 500 index ETF, and it focuses on the dividend paying stocks of the S&P 500. So expense ratio is pretty low. It yields, I think the yield is lower than this. I think it's 3.8%. So this is wrong. It has over 2.6 billion of asset under management, so it's a lot of money that's in the ETF. So right now it's a great deal to buy this because the price is just so dirt cheap at the moment. So right now might be a good time to jump on this. So looking at SPHD here, as you can see, the chart is pretty much it's in a channel right now. So that's one of the reasons why I'm not putting all the money that I have, all the cash that I have available right away. I'm going to dollar cost average, so I'm going to buy a set amount every single week. But as you can see right here, it's at a channel right now. So two things that can happen: it can just keep on going down, right? It can just go down some more, and then I'll be buying it for a cheaper price, or it can break out of this channel right here, which is the resistance. Can break out of it and keep on going up. But whatever happens, I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into this and be buying it bit by bit every single week, because this is probably the best deal out there. If I look at a 1 year chart right here, as you can see, it hasn't really gone up much. And the reason why is this stock is a low volatility stock. So usually the volatility is not supposed to be as wild. So it takes its time to get to where it needs to go. But it looks like it's on an upward trend on the 6-month chart. So two things: it can break out of this, which means it's going to keep on going up, and I'll be dollar cost averaging on the way up. Or if it goes down, I'll be buying some more once it gets cheaper as well. If we pop back here on Google, let's look at the one. This was the price from last Friday, 5 days ago. 5 days ago, we've it's pretty much recovered. It followed the market, like I mentioned last week. Followed the market when Moderna like I mentioned on Monday, it followed the market when good news came out about the COVID test that is going on, that they could potentially find an antidote soon. So it went up pretty high. If you look at 5-year price on this, we are sitting at basically 5-year low, 5-year prices right here. So this is probably one of the best deals out there. Like I said, again, it's 3.88% yield. This is probably one of the best deals out there in the market right now. So for me, I'm going to be dollar cost averaging into this. Either I'm buying it on the way up or I'm buying it on the way down. But I will be buying it because it's one of the best deals that's out there. Majority of the cash that I have available in the account will be going into this. Because it pays dividend on a monthly basis. On the 30th of every month, it pays every single month. So, and it being at a 5-year low, the lowest price in the past 5 years, means that this is a great deal. I will be sharing this with you on a weekly basis, so you can see how that is going on the portfolio. So if you look at the numbers front, I have cash available ready to go to work. If I see any good deals in the market, I have that available ready to work. So with this side of M1, what I did was, when I deposited the money, I put a minimum cash balance. So that means any amount over 3,200 will be invested. Anything below that will not be invested. So I did it this way, so that way, in case I see any deals in the market that I want to jump into, I will jump into it. Like the SPHD, I'll have cash available, ready to go, so I can buy good deals in the market. Well, if you look at the numbers for the week, on Friday I got 84 cents, and for the week the portfolio generated $1.24, and obviously for the month, this is what we're looking at. Once the statements is available, I will post a video of my total monthly income that the portfolio has generated. And as you can imagine, this is going to grow over time, and the amount of money that I earn will also grow over time, just because when you put money into the market and you buy a stock for the first time, especially if it's a strategy that I'm doing right here, like dividend investing, you're not going to see the money come through until like 3 months from now. So 3 months from now, the amount of money that I'm generating from this portfolio is gonna start going up significantly on a monthly basis. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. So this for this week, I only had three payments. 3 payments came in. We have World Tower, SPLV. This is also a low volatility index fund, and Realty LTC Properties. Only 3 dividend came in this week. Let's look at trading. I did a lot of buying this week. A lot of buying. I did 1, 2, 3, 4 different buys, and some of them were right here. As you can see, just keep buying, keep dollar cost averaging on a daily basis. If you don't know what dollar cost averaging is, I will have the video pop up right now in the cards, so you can watch that video. Well, these are some of the tradings that I did this week. This is roughly maybe like $1,500 that went into the portfolio for the week. I think that's pretty much it for this side. So if we pop over to funding history, like I said, my goal this year is to grow this as much as possible. If I can get this portfolio up to 50 grand, I'll be so happy, because 50 grand could potentially mean maybe $150, $120 on a monthly basis, which will probably put me at a passive income of close to 2,000 for the year. And my goal will be to bump this up on a weekly basis, and we're looking pretty good compared to last year. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the portfolio this week. The portfolio is running like a very well oiled machine, just automatically is running in the background. I will leave the description. I will leave a link in the description for this portfolio, so you can check out some of the holdings that I have in all the SPIs. You can check out all the companies and everything. The link will be in the description. Memorial Day, everybody. Yesterday was Memorial Day. Today is Tuesday, the next day, and the market is open. And today the S&P 500 jumped pretty high. It went up from last week, went up by 2.2%. It's pretty high for the S&P 500. It crossed over 300. So it looks like the market is recovering pretty nicely. Since the lows, we've gained over 30%, right? So the market is pretty much recovering really nicely, and we have huge news. It looks like Moderna, their trial for the vaccine, it looks like it's working. They've tried it on 45 people so far. It looks like it's working. They announced the news, and the stock market just shot up. So it looks like this V-shaped recovery, or the swish recovery, might be what we're gonna be looking at. But what I'm thinking with all this stuff, with what's going on, is how can we make money from this, right? I'm always thinking about how we can make money from whatever is going on. So I've been looking all over my portfolio, and I've come to the conclusion of SPHD, this one right here. But let me go to the Google version. So since the low that we've had, it's only gone up by 28%, which is still pretty high from the low, right? If we look at 5 years, we look at 5-year time period. This SPHD, first of all, it's a monthly paying dividend, so it pays in dividend on a monthly basis. This yields 3.8%. So whatever money you have in it, you have 1,000 in it, you get $3.82 on a monthly basis. If you have 100,000, you get the gist. It yields 3.8%. But the best part of this is down basically to 5-year prices 5 years ago, because I've been looking at my portfolio trying to see which company would be the best deal for me to buy at the moment, because I'm going to put a pretty big amount of money in the market. And SPHD definitely looks like is looking like a situation right now. So from 5 years ago, it's basically down 41% from 5 years ago. So this might be the best deal that I have in my portfolio that I'm gonna buy. Like I said, my portfolio, I'm managing it. I'm trying to buy the cheapest stuff, quality stuff for the best price. And this is an ETF of the S&P 500 of the highest yielding companies on the S&P 500 with low volatility. So this might be the best deal out there at the moment. If you look at 5 years, again, we're pretty much down 43% from 5 years. If you look at 5-year time period, and we haven't really moved as much as compared to what the price was. I mean, the peak looked like $44, and the current price right now is at 32. So it's great. It yields very, very nice dividend. It looks like the market is recovering. This is the S&P 500. It looks like we're recovering, moving in the right direction, and companies are finding solution to this pandemic. So it looks like the market is going to be pushing up, and I'm going to be updating you on that. Thanks.